Anime adaptations are usually made when you want to translate a good story or art style in motion for television. Many of these adaptations take some liberties, but are mostly kept the same. Adapting Danganronpa was rough, but they got the gist of the story and meaning. Persona 4 was a complete translation of the standard story, even without the choices. It was great. Fullmetal Alchemist will write its own ending since it's ahead of the manga, but stays pretty much the same. And Dragon Ball Z added lots of filler, but kept the same story overall. Nintendo had Pokemon, PlayStation had Final Fantasy, and in 2007, Xbox wanted to create its own IP for an RPG franchise. The video game Blue Dragon was created as an Xbox 360 exclusive, a turn-based game with some more mini-game-esque ways of launching attacks. Its unique settings, story, and spin on gameplay made it slightly interesting to normal people. One more reason, actually. Yup, the shonen god himself, Akira Toriyama, created designs for the characters. Let's be honest, it wouldn't be nearly as anticipated if the characters looked like this. Not to mention the man-made designs of some of the most famous and well-received RPGs of all time, Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest. I will admit, though, there is another aspect that probably did interest people. The characters in Blue Dragon have the ability to make their shadows turn into giant fighting magic animals. Stuff like this is what Akira Toriyama works best with. Strange magical creatures. Even though this is much like those other games and has almost nothing to do with him. The point is, showing this game built up quite the hype at E3 probably. I don't know, I was in elementary school playing World of Goo and hanging up Naruto posters. It sold pretty damn well enough to warrant 2 sequels at least. The story follows 3 children venturing out of their home village to find out the secrets behind the machines that attack their village, and learn the mystery of who that guy with the menacing glasses on is. Like, those glasses are really fucking menacing, dude. Look at that fucker just sitting there, glasses on and everything. Fucking asshole. Before going into details, I'll say that I can't summarize everything because of how sprawling and large these RPGs are with their world and options. So you'll be getting a basic gist. But even this simple summary seems to have caught the hearts of its own fanbase. Blue Dragon got some lovingly plentiful reactions from critics and common gamers alike. Blue Dragon is about a bunch of kids trying to stop this asshole Nene from making robots and killing their villagers as they gain the power of shadows and meet some friends to stop Nene and his evil plan. Man, fuck that guy and that little thing too. You'd think, maybe say, if an anime was announced with this big story in mind and the artist from Dragon Ball, it'd maybe be like a dream come true for some people, right? Boom, anime. An anime series was announced for Blue Dragon some time ago. It was on Toonami back when Toonami wasn't Toonami.
Stick around. Blue Dragon will be right back.
Clyde, stop watching porn. We're not back with Blue Dragon. And if you skip school at all, like the badass little flunk this rapscallion here used to be, this show would be on around 8 or 9 in the morning. And us kids would be baited in by nothing but that one song. That one edgy-ass song, you know the one. Together we'll never fall, darkness around. This show was pretty, alright. It ain't no Rex the Runt, but it had lots of the Dragon Ball charm and how the strange world is explored by these characters, and had a fair run of that many episodes, hell yeah. But we aren't here to talk about if it's good. Is this series faithful to the intriguing and unique story structure of the game? No. This show, Blue Dragon, is like horrifyingly unfaithful, as a matter of fact. It's almost surreal, since I saw the show first, and finally played the game recently, only to realize how completely different these two entities are. I think first off would be to start with the characters. The characters themselves aren't crazy different personality-wise, but their relationships are wildly separate. Take the main three from the game, Shu, Jiro, and Klook. In the game, these guys are three friends who come from a village wanting to defeat the robots that terrorize and kill the fellow villagers. They're just the best of friends. Like, these guys could totally commit a murder together and get away with it, just cause they could. Now, as for them in the anime, Shu and Klook come from a village, and Klook hates Shu, but loves Shu, but hates Shu, and Shu is Goku. As for Jiro, he travels with the pirate hooker and meets them while traveling, and he fucking hates Shu. He wants to bludgeon him with a steaming hot iron. Holy shit!
I'll never lose to you!
That's funny, you lose to me all the time.
He is just the biggest asshole on earth. Now, these two were best childhood friends originally. Why the hell are they at each other's throats now? As for the rest, Zola is a traveling lady. I don't know what the hell she does, to be honest. She just travels. I don't remember. As opposed to being a mercenary that secretly worked for Nani in the games. Oops! Spoilers! Oops! Although it does turn out that she is still a villain in the anime. Instead of Nene, she becomes the main villain for some reason. I don't know, she's a bitch. Maru is a who cares. He's got a cool design, but who cares? He doesn't matter. Bouquet was a character only in the anime, and this about sums up her role in the story. And finally, Nene, the big baddie, is now a big softie, and he's unthreatening as shit now. Look at that sopping wet little California raisin wannabe. He has no glasses, therefore eliminating all threat from his being. Wait, what? No, fuck off. It's the build-up that counts. So as you can see, the main cast of... Fuck off. The main cast of Blue Dragon is pretty strangely different development-wise, and another weird thing is the voice actors. For some reason, they took the kids' voices and gave these kids adult voices.
Back up there, Luke!
I just save your hide and you yell at me.
It's dangerous down here!
I know, but I want to avenge my mom and dad.
You should be more worried about my body than this silly piece of junk you made!
That's a rude thing to say. And here I came into town because I was worried about you.
Who asked you to worry? What do you think I am, a child?
Well, actually I do, as a matter of fact.
Mommy! Daddy! Why? He said if you have one dose, you'll be cured! Why?
The girls in this town were so cute and we're so friendly.
The girls?
Maro.
I mean, I like the people of this town. They were very helpful when I happened to get lost.
Shu, isn't this... I'm not good with sappy stuff, you know that.
Man, these guys just really did not give a shit, huh? I want to say the basis of the story is the same, but it's not actually the same. If Faithful is fighting Nene, just about everything else is different, and they don't even end fighting Nene. These stories are far in difference, ranging from exclusive characters like Gilliam and Eat Yeet, or as he's later known, Ghost Yeet, and there being a confusing way of flipping the characters on their heads for dragged out episodes aside from the more confined and understandable side quests, let alone the main story. Seriously, what the fuck is this?
I can't! No more!
Hey,
What is it?
Grand Kingdom's offering a big reward for that Maru kid.
What?
Yeah, I just saw the wanted posters those soldiers were carrying with them.
How big a bounty are we talking about?
So big we'd be set for life.
Really? Wow!
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's turn him in.
But if we turn him in, they'll find out about us too.
Relax, we'll just run away after they give us the money.
This inn,
Who cares about this place? We'll just buy another one. I mean, if the reward's really as big as you say it is, we can do whatever we want. Think of the future.
Along with the voice actors, the US version was kind of strange in two other ways. One of those ways is censorship.
なんでこんなところにっていうか、なぜ裸？寝つけないから水浴びでもしようかなって思って。とにかく服着ろ！今すぐに！なんで？なんでってなんでもだよ
Bouquet! What are you doing? Are you really going swimming? This isn't very safe, you know!
Well, I couldn't sleep, and I thought a nice swim might help me relax a bit.
Look! Leave me alone, all right? Please just go!
Why?
Come on, just do it, Bouquet, please!
なんだあれは。
見てわかんないの？パンツだよ、パンツ。
それはわかってる。でもなんでパンツなんだ？
あいつはスケベで、しかもクルックを気に入ってる。つまりクルックのパンツ以上に上等な餌はないという論法だ。
いや、しかしなぜパンツ？
パンツだからいいんだって。
パンツだからか。
二人ともパンツパンツ言うな
You really think this'll work?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like a bear drawn to honey.
But it's so undignified. That's her face up there, for goodness sake.
Exactly right, and that, my friend, is the beauty of the plan. Once he sees those lovely eyes flapping in the wind, he's as good as ours, I guarantee it.
And another one of those ways would be the editing. Like, they couldn't play Japanese music, as if they had to make their own music for just some parts, and straight out cut it out of others. I don't know if the audio is fucking up, or if this part was just silent, because they didn't want to play the Japanese song. Despite being edited to be more oriented towards kids, I can really appreciate some of the themes that this series goes for. Such as after them killing Nene, yeah, they kill Nene. After them killing Nene and celebrating in the kingdom, they start to wonder where they're gonna go from there, where their adventure's over, and what they're gonna do from now on. The series was really interesting with some of the themes it presented towards the end. Kids shows these days are a lot more desensitized, if you will. They're not afraid to go into darker areas. But around that time, they kind of had to play it safe. Especially Cartoon Network. They would not really let, they wouldn't let kids shows handle topics like this so seriously. Because normally kids just wouldn't pay attention to it. And I can definitely appreciate how interesting they took these themes, as far as a show about like this goes, at least. If I were to compare the two, I'd say Blue Dragon is a lot like Final Fantasy IV, and Blue Dragon is a lot like whatever this is. Now that I think about it, most game adaptations to anime weren't crazy faithful. Fuck out of here, Persona. Quit diluting my points like you're some sort of water.
Stop derailing my argument with facts!
Alls I'm saying is an interactive game has more chance to develop its world and its characters. Compared to a story that's just being presented to you, that's why these reasonable and determined characters aren't anything like these fucking guys. Their personalities are flatter than fucking Stanley. Look at this motherfucker, fucking paper ass, mother flubber, paper eating ass, stinking bubber. Oh, what the fuck, when did I write that? The next comparison would be how the development goes in between the series. That's one thing I can appreciate from both mediums. Although the game obviously has a better way of developing its characters through its interactivity, the anime puts them through different scenarios to flesh them out further. They may be different characters, but they're not bad characters. They have reasons for things they do. Kinda. I will say that Shu is about the same as he is in the game. And I think that's it. That's it. Maybe the king guy, maybe that guy. I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember things like this, but I don't want to watch it again. Look at this. Imagine that as a series. Would you watch that? I don't want to watch it again. I've done it once. I don't want to do it again. Obviously, the game's world building and character interactions would be both displayed very well through the playability of an actual game. Some stories might find better ways around this, but this one doesn't. It may find a workable one, but it doesn't find a better way than an actual game. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. The next final comparison. It would be how much the series condenses its original plots through episodic forms. Certain anime will rush through episodes, some will drag it out, and some will be perfect. But how well does this series adapt the story of the original? And that comparison cannot be done because the stories are both completely different. Fuck me. So anyways, yeah, the anime's good and the game's better, but are they Is the anime faithful? God no. God, no, it is not. Holy shit. I guess, if I had to give a faithfulness comparison, it would be, the creator of the series looked at a picture of Blue Dragon and said, I'm gonna make a show based off of this. And if you want to be fair, that might possibly be how the game was created. Oh yeah. Fuck me. There was another thing. I do not know what the request. I don't know if this was requested by the creators or not, or if it was a promotion. But there was a full-on manga called Ralgrad by the artist who does Death Note, and it is an adaptation of Blue Dragon. It's what Dragon Ball Evolution is to Blue Dragon. Not in how bad it is, but how fucking strange it is. The manga is basically about a boy named Ral. He sleeps with Grad, a shadow, in the form of a giant blue dragon that lives in his body and doesn't want anyone to touch him. I don't know why, he just doesn't. And the little boy loves tits and making fun of people and goofing around. What the fuck am I saying? This is so fucking weird. Ral's teacher. Mio is a sexy and well-educated woman of Sphaelite. She is the one responsible convincing Ral to fight the shadows and continues to make him focus on his goal. One motivational tactic she uses to get the job done initially was to offer Ral her breasts to grope. Tit for tat is what she calls this method. This is the actual description on Wikipedia. Okay, so yeah, there's 3... No, I'm not even touching that. There's 3 adaptations of the concept of Blue Dragon, and not a single one is even remotely close to one another. I kind of prefer this, to be honest. When you see a faithfulness of a series, I mean, it's like you're just watching the series again. I mean, it's kind of cool to see it translated. I can understand the appeal. But I much prefer this weird, random, sporadic change stuff that happens. I will not lie. Like, although I do prefer the second one, I really like the first Fullmetal Alchemist anime. It was just a really interesting way of ending itself when it didn't know how to. It didn't do it bad at all. I don't know what people are complaining about. Just because Brotherhood was better. I welcome changes like this. It's good to keep an open. It's good to open your mouth when Chef Bamboodle tries to give you his snickerdoodle. It's good to keep an open mind, okay? It's good to be open to these kinds of things because, like I said, all 3 of these adaptations are still pretty solid on their own. They're very interesting, each one in their own special way. Very interesting and unique perspectives on each one. I can really appreciate the diversity in these. And I can really appreciate how different people didn't band together to make some fucking washed out animation of something that's already been done. These often produce way better results. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I give Blue Dragon a 5 out of 10. No. I meant 5. 5 is what I meant. Alright, and if you wanna hear me laugh as hard as I have ever laughed, you can click on this thing for the next 5 seconds before it's gone. Oh no, it's gone. Goodbye. Gamers truly are an oppressed people.
Stop being negative, will ya?